Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, and I guess I should say thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be my July favorites, and I actually have quite a few favorites this month. It's funny because like I have a lot of favorites, but I haven't really been wearing a lot of makeup recently. Like, ask anybody, it's just been kind of just plain Jane, really just natural, sort of, in a way. So anyways, I am just going to go ahead and just jump right into my favorites because I do have quite a bit. So for my hair care, I haven't really been doing much. I've either worn it up or just kind of in its like natural texture. But I did a few times like flat iron it through the month. So what I used to flat iron my hair, it's a heat protection. It's the Paul Mitchell hot off the press. It is my favorite. I got this one last year during their breast cancer awareness campaign. So it's in a pink bottle, but normally it's like in a silver, it's a sleek silver bottle with a red top and like red writing down at the bottom. But this is a thermal protection hairspray. What I like about it is that it's a light mist. It smells really, really good, but when you run the flat iron through your hair, you don't really worry about it like damaging it or anything like you would with some of the other products. This is actually really price friendly. I believe it retails for like $10 or $15, and you get a lot of good use out of this. Like, I use it before I curl, before I straighten. The only time I don't use it is when I blow dry. I'll use like the Sebastian Trillium before I blow dry. So this is a really good one. It's the hot off the press. It's the best thing out there. This is the best thermal protection spray I have ever used. It doesn't leave your hair crunchy. It leaves it soft, and it smells really, really good. So that's what I've been using. For skincare, I have been using the Bosia Makeup Breakup Cooling Cleansing Oil, and this is a good oil. So if you're super, super oily, this is a good oil. So it kind of just like tells your skin, oh, I'm plenty moisturized, I don't need to produce more oil. I've been using this recently. Again, I bought this 4 years ago. I bought this 4 years ago when I started having a lot of issues with my oil. And the girl at Sephora recommended this to me. I used this and then I kind of switched over to some other things, but I'm back using this again and it's amazing. You get like this nice cool feeling, a nice clean feeling, and it doesn't leave your skin dry afterwards. So this is the Bosia Makeup Breakup Cool Cleansing Oil, and it really does break up all of the makeup, even mascara, waterproof mascara. This is the only thing that has been getting off that waterproof mascara. So, and recently, I have fallen in love with the Badescu facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. It smells like roses. I use this as a toner, and this is for all skin types, and I'm super, super sensitive, so I was really worried if it was going to work for me or not. I have been using this religiously all month long, and I have only like barely made a dent in it. So I spray this after I wash my face. I spray this like throughout the day if I just want to feel like my skin refreshed, because it's been so hot and so humid recently. I've just been spraying this all over, and it just feels so good, and it smells like roses. And if you don't like the rose smell, you're probably not going to like it, but I've been using this religiously. I love this, and I think it's maybe like $7 to $10, so it's super, super cheap, and I freaking love this. Amazing. Okay, so like I said, I haven't really been wearing a whole lot of makeup, but I have been using these brushes like religiously. And the first one that I'm going to talk about is this Sigma F25, and it's their tapered face brush. This is so soft. It feels, honestly, it feels like one of my cats. Like, that is how soft it is. Like, her name's Her Majesty. She's one of the softest freaking cats alive, and this feels like her fur. It feels like we shaved her and made a brush out of her, as morbid as that sounds. But I've been using this to just like set like my under eye concealer, and it like just fits perfectly in that area. So I've been using this, and it's like I said, it's so soft. I like it. I love this. This is the best one I have used. It fits. This is just for my powder though. I just use this for powder. So There's that one. The next one is my Sigma F84, my angled kabuki. This is really similar to the Real Techniques sculpting brush, but this one is a little bit more fluffy than the sculpting brush. I feel like the sculpting brush is a little bit more dense. And it's not flat, it's a little bit more domed shaped, so like it really helps me get into the hollows of my cheeks. And when I like put it like this, like on its side, when I blend out my like cream bronzers, it blends perfectly and it fits just in all the right areas. So I've been using this a lot for my cream bronzers and my liquid bronzers. This is amazing. For eyeliner, I really like to do a wing liner. I've always been a wing liner kind of gal. And I recently purchased the Sigma Wing Liner E06, and it looks just like this. It's super fine, it's super little, but it helps really just like get that nice crisp edge. I haven't found one quite like it. There's a couple more that I want to try, but this has definitely been my go-to for my wing liner. And it's really precise, so it really gets into that waterline if you want to use a gel liner on your waterline. So I've been using that one. And I bought this, when did I buy this? I bought this brush quite a while ago. I think I bought this back in January. It's the M310, and it's the Morphe M310 fan brush. And I have been loving this to just dust on my cheekbone highlight. Like, let's just admire the cheekbone highlight, which I will get into a little bit later. But it places the product beautifully, and it just blends everything in just perfectly. It doesn't leave like a harsh line like some of the other ones that I've used. This is just, it's perfect. It's not too thick and it's not too dense. It's just like the perfect amount of fluff. So I've been using that. And I'm actually really excited to talk about this one just because I bought it. It's the most expensive brush that I have, and I thought I lost it, and it was really, really sad that I thought I lost it. But it ended up being like hidden in one of my clothes. I guess the cats must have knocked it off and it was just gone for a while. But it is the NARS Ita Kabuki brush, and I've been using this in my videos recently, and I've also been using this just on a daily basis. And like I said in my video, if you do not want to spend the money on it, because this is like $54, it's expensive, you can use the brush, and I think I actually tossed it. The brush that, if you like Benefit, the Benefit Hoola bronzer, the brush that it comes with, the bronzer, is literally the exact same as this. It's got the white hairs instead of black, and I believe it's just a little bit more fluffy. It's not as dense as this one. It's the exact same thing. So if you don't want to spend the money, the best dupe that I have found is that one. But this, I have really just been into just like the really nice chiseled contour. So this really gives me the precision that I want. And it just blends like a dream. This is really good. I'm glad that I gave it a chance. I didn't really like it at first. And I was actually really disappointed that I had spent the money on it, but I'm really glad that I did, because it is a really good brush. And if you're up for it, this is a really good brush. I got it off of Sephora.com. But if you're not, like I said, the Benefit Hoola bronzer, the brush that it comes with, is just as good. I have recently been using the the Glam Glow Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment. I've been using this at night to put it like around my nose because it gets super, super dry in those areas. And this has really made a difference in my skin, and it is expensive. This little guy cost me about 20 bucks, but I've got it back in December and I still have quite a bit of product there. So it goes a long way. There are some other ones that I want to try from Glam Glow, but this is the one that I've been using recently as like my nighttime moisturizer versus like my Chanel moisturizer. And this has definitely kept my skin nice and hydrated, and I've noticed that my oil isn't as bad throughout the day. So For my moisturizer before I put on my foundation, I have been using the Murad, what is this? The Murad Oil Control Mattifier. This has an SPF of 15. And I like to use this in the summertime because it does keep me more matte, and throughout the summer, like I said, it's been super humid recently. Well, super humid for me because we don't really get humidity. We're so dry. But I've been using this non-stop. It doesn't clog the pores, and it keeps my oil at bay, but it also keeps me moisturized. So I've really been loving this under my foundation. For my primers, I've been using 2 primers together. So I'll go in with, this is the travel size of the Makeup Forever Base Mattifier. This is the full size. So it's quite a bit of a size difference, but this is only $18 and I believe this is like $32. So there's a little bit of a price difference, but I've been using this in the areas that I'm the most oily. So like my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, all my nose area, and like my cheekbone area. I'll use this, and it does keep me matte throughout the day. This has been the first mattifying primer that I have used that actually has worked. So it is worth every penny. When I'm out of this, I'm definitely going to go and purchase the full size. And the other one that I've been using is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer. This is the base smoothing primer. So I'll put the mattifying primer in the areas that I'm the most matte, and I'll use the smoothing primer all over my face in the areas that I didn't use the mattifying primer. And what this does is it gives me that smooth, flawless base that I need. So when I put on my foundation, everything just looks super soft and just really smooth, and just it gives me a really good complexion. For foundation, I have been using this religiously. I've used this every single day this month, and it is the Perricone MD No Foundation Foundation. This comes in 2 shades. It comes in light medium, and then this is just the original one, and this does have an SPF of 30, so it is going to protect your skin while you wear it. Right now, I've still used it. This is the foundation that I'm wearing today. I've been recently like at the water parks and just like in the sun at the beach and stuff like that, so I'm super freaking tan right now, and this is a little bit too light. But once I go in with like bronzer and stuff like that, it doesn't really matter. It actually, it works just fine. And it actually works as a really good just like base. So when I do bronze, that foundation just sits underneath, and I don't really need to highlight or conceal or anything because it does the work for me. So I've been using this religiously. I got this one at, where did I get you at? I think I got this one at Ulta. I think Ulta is starting to carry it. But you can also get this at Sephora. For my bronzer, I have been using this bronzer religiously as well because it's amazing. It's the most amazing bronzer that I've ever used, like ever. And it's the Perricone MD No Bronzer Bronzer. So what this does is it gives you have to shake it before you use it, and it's kind of thick. It looks kind of like, let me see if I can kind of show you the consistency. It's just like a cream, but it's like a gel. It's kind of like tacky. And I like just place it on the back of my hand. I take my the angled kabuki from Sigma, and I just like place that all in the places that I would normally bronze my skin. And you can actually just use your hands with this, but I use a brush, and so I can have a little bit more precision, a little bit more bronze. And it also is SPF 30, so it does protect your skin while you use it. It doesn't feel like there's anything on your skin. It is honestly the best cream bronzer, liquid bronzer that I've ever used, and I've been, like I said, I've used this every single day, and that's just kind of what I've been using on my skin, just the no foundation, the no bronzer, and I use a little bit of like a neutral shadow, some mascara, and I'm out the door and I'm gone. And that's all I have been doing. If you guys want to see I guess like the no makeup thing that I do, just let me know and I will definitely film that. On the days that I did wear concealer, I have been using the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer, and this is in the shade Creamy Beige. I really like it because it's HD. I feel like it gives me just like a radiant, just like where the areas that I did highlight, it just kind of almost radiates. I don't know, but this has worked really well for me. It's not, too pink and it's not too yellow. So this is the perfect shade for my skin tone. It does have this little brush applicator, so if you want to just like brush it on, really similar to like the MAC highlighting light boost, it has like the brush. So, and then it also helps like if you really want to just like define and etch out your brows, you're able to just like this. So I've been using this. It's very rare have I use this, but when I have been highlighting, I've been using this. When I do highlight and when I do contour, or when I've been bronzing, I have been reaching for my Kat Von D Shade Light Contour Kit. And this is what the outside looks like. I'm sure you've all seen this, like all the YouTubers use this. And I jumped on the bandwagon and I'm really glad that I did. The highlighting shades that I've been using, I've actually mixed Lyric and Lucid together. Because I feel like Lyric is just way too bright for my skin. I feel like it makes me look like ghostly when I wear it. So I've been pairing it with Lucid, right? Yeah, Lucid. And that kind of tones it down, but it brightens and it also kind of matches my complexion right now. I haven't really used this one. I'll have to figure out how to use this, because I'm neglecting this one, but I've just been using these two religiously. Anytime that I have been contouring, I've been using Shadow Play and Sombre, but if I'm just bronzing, then I will just use Shadow Play, and I'll just take that on my NARS Ita brush, and I just kind of dust it all in the areas that I need bronzing. So this has been my go-to for my highlighting and contouring. For my eyeshadows, I have been reaching for my Morphe Jaclyn Hill favorites. And the only ones that I have actually really been using are this color right here, this light brown shade right here that's really similar to like a creme brulee or like a Bobbi Brown toast, and this like warm chocolatey color right here. Those are the ones that I've actually been reaching for the most. But I recently did like a purpley look, just like playing and messing around using this one, which I think is called Seduction or something like that. Or what's it called? Not Seduction, but something like that. No, it's called Secretive. Seduction, Jesus. But this is the same one that Manny MUA has been raving about recently. And I knew that these were just eyeshadow singles, so I kind of did some research and looked it up. So if you have the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, this is the color that he has been talking about. So I can actually go through, if you guys want to see like a video of like the breakdown of these shadows, I can also do a video on that if you guys want. So these end up being like $2, $2.99 like a piece. So they're really inexpensive. They're really pigmented. So it's definitely worth the money, and you get like $7.99 shipping. So if you buy a bunch of these, you know, the shipping is worth it if you're not in an area close by. Like I'm about 2 hours from Burbank from their store, so it's actually easier for me to order them online. So I can definitely do like a full breakdown of this palette, so you can like make your own palette and just get like a Z palette, blank Z palette, and just make your own little Jaclyn Hill favorites. For my blush, I have been using this seriously, like religiously, and it's the Morphe 9B palette. And I bought this because I wanted to have a blush palette that when I traveled, because my husband travels up and down like California and stuff, and I'll go with him sometimes. When I traveled, that I didn't have to carry like 6 different blushes with me just to know which look I was going to do or whatever. So I've been reaching for this nonstop. My favorite shades is this like burnt apricot color right here, this dusty rose, this like shimmery kind of peachy coral color. This has like a gold like shimmer through it, so it's like a NARS Orgasm blush, but like not as sparkly. So this is a nice peachy corally color. And like this one up here, which is like a more of like a burnt rose color. So pretty. I've been reaching for this every single time. Every single video I've used it since I got it has been this one. And I use this daily. I love this. God, this is, I believe it's like $19.99 for this palette, so it's so worth it. I have been reaching for this since I bought it. Okay, now for the one that I've been the most excited about talking about in this whole favorites video is the highlight that I have literally been wearing since the day I bought it. Well, actually not the day I bought it, but since the day it arrived at my house. I snapped it, I've been Instagramming it like crazy, I've been Twittering it like crazy, and it is the Becca Cosmetics Jaclyn Hill collaboration Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Champagne Pop. Let's just, yes. It is the highlight that I'm wearing today. Look at, highlight is on fleek. Honestly, my highlight has been on point since this came into my life. Like, it is perfect. It is the perfect shade. I've been using it with my Morphe fan brush. I've been using it with my Morphe fan brush, and it just places the product so beautifully. I actually went in and I dusted Becca Opal, which was my other favorite that I had, that I always wore. And I looked at it and I was like, no. And I just went over top of Opal with this, and this has just been my favorite. I think it's going to continue to be my favorite. I think this is like going to be my ride or die until it dies and I have no more. I really want to buy like 6 more of these just so it lasts me forever. But I don't really use too much, but I have already made a small little dent in it. And this is just, it is super buttery, super creamy. And it is like a peachy gold, and this is what it swatches on my hand. So beautiful. Like I said, I'm going to be so sad when I hit pan. I'm really hoping that it just magically regenerates itself so I don't ever hit pan. But I'm probably going to buy like 2 more for backup. Because this is amazing. This is the best, most beautiful highlight of life. And I actually put this, one of my students bought Moonstone. She hated it. I even said like, it doesn't work for you. I think it's way too light. It actually makes you look a little bit more ashy. So she bought Opal and it was a little bit better. So she came up and she goes, have you heard of Champagne Pop? And I'm like, girl, yes. And she's like, should I buy it? Like, and I told her, yes, get Opal, it's great. And then I actually just put this a little bit on my finger. People! I have been putting this, I just put a little bit on my finger and I just like pressed it. And she like, I was like, yes, you need this in your life. You need to buy this. You have to buy this. Like, you need this in your life. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. And she like turned around and like the light just hit her cheekbone and I was just like, yes. Her highlight was on fleek. This is amazing. Everybody needs this. Get it before it sells out and get it before it goes away forever. And I hope Becca just leaves this in her collection, because this is just, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's just amazing. Everybody needs this. It is $34, $34, $36, $38 maybe. I don't care. It's worth every single penny and then some. I would gladly pay $100 for this, like if they just kept it in their collection. Like I would be crazy enough to spend that money, because it is amazing. This is just, it's so beautiful. I can't get enough. On my lips, I have recently been wearing the Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Celebrity Skin. This is the most beautiful nude color of life. Like, this is just, it's the perfect brown, pinky brown nude shade, and it's so beautiful. I've been wearing this a lot recently, and I always get compliments on when I wear it. It's not drying, and it's not like, it doesn't get like crusty or chunky, and it is a matte liquid lipstick, so it is amazing. And I love the packaging. The packaging is super cute, pink with the stars. This is totally something that I would do with mine. So cute, so hydrating, so beautiful. And on every single person it looks different, but it's like the perfect nude shade for everybody. It's so gorgeous. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about is a perfume that I've heard a lot about, and I got the roll-on just in case I didn't like it and I could just like pawn it off on somebody else. But it is the La Vanilla Laboratories, and this is their vanilla roll-on perfume, and it smells like a warm vanilla with a little bit of like a musk with like a caramelly, like if you mixed a Starbucks like vanilla frappuccino with Starbucks caramel syrup, like their caramel sauce. Yes, this smells like a Starbucks vanilla frappuccino and like covered in caramel sauce. Like that's the closest that I can get it to. And then it has like a little bit of like a musk to it, like a perfume. Like, yeah, I've been wearing this since I got it and it smells so good. It actually works really, really well with my chemistry, and every time I wear it, I'm seriously gonna stab somebody. Every time that I wear it, I get a lot of compliments on, and I tell everyone like what it is. And you know, I think this was like maybe $20. I don't remember how much this one was, but it smells really good. If you're not a vanilla person, you're not gonna like this. And they also have other scents too, so I'm curious to try the other ones, but this smells so good. It lasts all day long. I actually spritzed the actual spray bottle on me when I was at Sephora, and I spritzed it all over my body, and I literally smelled it like all day long. So it lasts. This is one that does last, that you'll move and you'll smell it. It smells so good. I love the way this smells. Alrighty everybody, so that wraps it up for my July favorites. I cannot believe July is already over and we're coming into August and back to school season starts. I'm definitely going to be filming lots of back to school makeup tutorials. That sounds like fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it is that you're having, and I will see you soon.